And I'm Jane.
And we're SpielMill.
Well, and we played more games in March.
We shocking surprise. How many games did we play?
Well, I played 138 games.
My goodness. And I played 121.
Wow.
So it was a pretty good month. It's not our highest in recent history, but it certainly beats the dip. And
the dip.
Certainly, I'm happy with that. Trademark, the dip. Yeah, we had a couple of weeks where I think you weren't feeling well, and some other factors sort of invaded our ability to play games. But I'm pretty happy with that number.
Yeah, it's a good number. So games we played for the first time, 15 each.
Nice, very solid. Like that.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
You know,
I think they included a few button shies.
Yeah, we're really targeting. We really want to do 20, and so we actually changed up our challenges this month in April and May in order to do more new games because we have a big shelf of opportunity. We want to make more of a dent in it. And so instead of doing a 5x5 challenging, we're doing a 30x2 challenge.
We are. All new games. That's the thing. They're all new.
All new.
Yeah.
So we're off to a slow start. We're off to an okay start. Yeah. We're a little behind our pace, but even if we end up just close to our pace, we'll be great.
Yeah, I'll be happy.
We started our rocking. Our first 4 games in April, we actually played 3 times each.
Yes.
So,
well, then we hit the heavy ones. So
because we're filming this a little bit into April, but anyway, that's just a sneak peek ahead.
Yeah.
So for March, we only played 15 though, and a lot of them were button shy, so they were small games. So
yeah,
we were caught up doing our 5x5.
Yeah, and a couple of the new ones were in 5x5s too.
Yep,
so
that's true.
Yeah.
So that was incentive to move things along. So as for total unique games, though, we played quite a lot.
Yeah, we did.
So you had how many?
40.
40, and I had 41.
Yeah.
What?
It's lower than the last couple months, but it's still well up there into the territory that we want to be in.
Yeah. I mean, unique games, that's good.
Yeah,
that's pretty solid.
Yeah, the only months we were getting a lot more than that were months we were focusing on roll and writes.
Yeah, well, that's when I was too sick to sit at the table.
Yep.
So we were playing mostly roll and writes, and then those roll and writes where it's easier to get more unique ones to the table. We were getting like 75 to the table, so those were power months. Now, something we do is we calculate the total played game weight of all the games that we play, which is adding up, the weight based on the weight value from BGG. And so in March, and this is a little bit hard to read, I had 189.5 total played game weight, which is down a little bit. I was over 200 in February.
Yeah, and I had 167. Which is actually right about where I was in February, but it's down from December and January, and I think we'll see a surge this month.
Yep.
Again, that was a lot of light games, a lot of button shies.
Now, total hours for the month playing games, well, we're pretty close on that one. I had 69.3.
I had 65.8.
Yep. You know how board games are. A lot of it's downtime between turns, or
yeah.
So that's what helps me with board games.
Yeah, but again,
I like the downtime.
That's a dip from the last couple months. Even though I was traveling in February, again, that just shows like you just had some days where you weren't feeling good and we couldn't do much.
Now, the stat that we like to calculate out is weighted game hours, and this is taking the weight of a game, multiplying it times the amount of hours you spend playing it, and adding that up for all the games that we played. And in March, I had 159.2, which was one of my my 4th highest in 2 years.
Yeah, I was at 150.5, and here's where you can really see that the type of games we're playing has gone back to where we were prior to you getting really, really sick. This is more along the lines of what we like, because
and you can see that we're playing normal games because like the roll and write months we were playing 175 or 75 unique games. Those months don't have quite the weight as these months do.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and that was March for for all those stats. So now we're going to look at what our most played games were for the month. And then we're going to rank them.
Yes. So our most played game for both of us was the New York Times crossword puzzle. And we did that 23 days in March. And that's, of course, the same for both of us always because we always play that together.
It's a co-op game.
Yeah.
Then the second most played game is the same game for both of us with different numbers of plays. The Quest Calendar, the Void Spark Chronicles. And I played it 22 times.
Yep, and I played 16.
So
you're a little better at getting that on a daily basis. I'm usually about every other day.
But then we also tied for our third most played game. So we mostly play games just together, but because of soloing and stuff, we don't always have the exact same order. But this month we kind of do.
Yeah, we do.
So our third most played game is Micro Macro Crime City All In, which is the third entry in the Micro Macro series.
Yes, and one of our most favorite games or gaming experiences, I think.
Yeah, it's a good gaming experience. Yeah. You know, it's something that we can play when I'm not feeling as well. So.
Yeah. Okay, and then our fourth most played game was Aeon's End Outcast, which we played 6 times.
Yes.
That was on our 5x5, and we like that one a lot. You can see we got an extra play in of that.
Oops, we had to fix our numbering. But we did that. And so I had a 5-way tie for 5th to 9th plus the 5th to 9th place. And that was King's Abbey. What a great thematic game. Werewords. Obsession. Another great game. Glenmore 2. And Numpsters.
Very nice. I had a 4-way tie. Numpsters was your solo game. So I had King's Abbey, Werewords, Obsession, Glenmore 2, from 5 to 8 with 5 plays each.
And what about 9th place?
Well, in 9th place, I had Irish Gauge with 4 plays.
And Irish Gauge made it my tie for 10th and 11th, Irish Gauge and also Twin Stars.
Okay, and then I had a tie for 10th and 11th with 3 plays each of Scout and Joan of Arc or Leon's Draw and Write.
Yeah, so the reason Irish Gauge only has 4 plays is because we kind of abandoned it. It was on our 5x5, and we just, it's a great game, but it's a little cutthroat for us. And we got through 4 games. We're like, okay, we're good.
Yeah, and we're gonna keep it. It's not a game that we want to get rid of, but it's not a game that works as a binge game for us. It's more like a pull it out when we're kind of feeling it. And I've thought about it since then and thought how much I really enjoyed it. Yeah. But it's definitely just not a binge game for us.
It's a good game. So
if we rank these, what would you say was your third favorite game of the month, or your third ranked game?
My third favorite I'm going to go with is the King's Abbey. Super thematic game. There's a little bit of mechanics that could be ironed out. It's one of those Kickstarters, independently made, and I feel like there's just a little tweaking that make it a little better. But it's a really good and really thematic game, really rich.
Yeah, that's my number 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So
what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Obsession.
Oh, okay.
Really loved Obsession. What a good thematic game. I still haven't won it. So we played 5 games and I've never won. The first game we played, we tied, but Jane had the tiebreaker. So I don't know if that is keeping that from being, my number 1, but it definitely, it's number 3. It was a really good game. It's going to be in my top 100 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your number 2?
Well, number 2 is Aeon's End Outcasts. This is a super cooperative game, and this might have been higher. But we played 4 games of it, or 6 games of it, and we were kind of picking up the end of the campaign. We messed a couple things up, and I think it was just not as smooth as it could have been, which may have been our fault.
Yes.
But it still kind of affected how I rated it.
I have no idea what your number 1 is going to be. I thought, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, wait. Okay. Never mind. I do.
Don't say it.
I didn't say it. I do. I know. I don't know. My number 2 is not one that made the most plays of the month because we only played 1, but it's Bunny Kingdom. I love Bunny Kingdom. She
does love Bunny Kingdom.
I love Bunny Kingdom.
She doesn't win it very often.
I never win that either. I'm sensing a trend. But that's my number 2.
Yeah. Well, I'm the master of the bunnies.
I'm the friend of the bunnies. They like me better.
All right, my favorite number one game is, she kind of said it, but is Obsession.
Yes. And that makes sense. That's a really good game. It's
very thematic and very interesting gameplay. And I just found the whole experience immersive and enjoyable.
Yeah, I did too. My number one is Aeon's End.
I kind of figured.
Yeah, because we love that. We just, as a game, we binge every time we get it to the table. We just can't stop playing it.
Like I said, it might have been higher, but this wasn't my favorite time playing Aeon's End.
Yeah.
And I think part of it was because we messed a couple things up in the rules.
We did, yeah.
We hadn't played in a while. We tried to drop the Outcast campaign mid-campaign a few months ago and then try to pick it back up, and we kind of didn't pick it up too smoothly.
Yeah.
So. Fair
enough. Still my favorite.
Okay.
All right. Well, and that is our March.
All right. Remember, every day that you game
is a holiday.